Hello, my fellow Westies. Welcome to Westie Ways. I'm Mark Skinner from Glover's Real Estate, and this is my monthly podcast of a coverage of the change in median sales prices in the housing market in West Auckland and Waitakere. And I get my information. I would like to acknowledge the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and also CoreLogic. The data that I present is generally from them, and it's accurate, it's factual, and the numbers don't lie. The market is what it is, and so I'll present those numbers to you suburb by suburb as we go through. Every month I cover 17 suburbs in West Auckland, or a couple in Auckland, also Mount Albert, Mount Roskill, because it's a bit of a edge of the perimeter. 17 suburbs, and this month, November 2022, which will be the last one, by the way, for the year, just coming up to Christmas, but these numbers are for November 2022, and there is some interesting changes in there. But of the 17 suburbs I cover in West Auckland, 15 of them have actually dropped in the median sales price. I guess there's no surprise there based on what the media's been saying and what the banks have been saying. There are dropbacks, yes, a couple of them quite significant, but that may depend on other factors. The median sales price for the Auckland region over the last 12 months between November 21 and November 22 has dropped 18.1%. So where the numbers were 12 months ago, we're now about just over 18% below that. And another interesting fact, Waitakere, West Auckland, in November, the properties that did sell, 83.22% of them sold by private treaty. 15.73, that's 15.73, sold by auction. So you got to wonder why agents are still encouraging buyers to go to auction or use the auction process in a market like this. Interesting. Last week, the Reserve Bank raised the OCR by another 0.75% or basis points, which will no doubt be reflected in the next couple of months in higher interest rates at the banks. And unfortunately, that's going to lead to some people having to really reassess their current home situation. And I have a feeling there will be more properties coming on the market early in the new year. And I guess where I'm going with this is if you're genuinely thinking of selling and you're wondering whether you should wait and sell in the new year or should get in straight away. I'm not a fan of the weight loss program where you wait for a better price down the track and end up losing more than you would have if you'd sold early on in the piece. We are on an escalator at the moment. These numbers do prove that. And if you are thinking about selling, it's better to be thinking about, in my opinion, sooner rather than later. Another reason why the new year may have a flood of houses, in which case they're going to be a lot more fish in the pond, if you like, and so buyers will have more options. They're already taking a long time to decide. If you're one of a few, you have more chance of selling and getting a good price. Whereas if you're one of 100, they've got more options, etc., etc. So again, if you're thinking about selling, sooner rather than later would be my recommendation. And please don't make the mistake of thinking that real estate agents are closed over Christmas. We are definitely open. Glover's Real Estate is open, with the exception of the statutory holidays. We're open through Christmas. I'll be on duty. There'll be other agents there. And we've certainly got some nice houses for sale, and they're priced right. And all our properties are priced, so you know what the vendors are looking for. Same story every month. If you give the buying public enough information about the property, the price that it's on for, or a level whereabouts the vendors can see selling it, it gives you a much better indication of whether you can afford to buy it and if it's in your budget. That way we draw more people to the listings, and the more people that you have looking at the property actually engaged and interested in it, the more competition, and the more competition ends up in higher prices. That's how we get the higher prices. It does work. It does work. So our team is on duty this over the holiday period. Come in and see us. Come and have a chat. If you've got any questions, give me a call. Absolutely happy to help completely. Which brings me now to how properties are sold. As of today, this is mid-December 2022, there are currently 11,925 properties on the market in Auckland, in the Auckland property market. These are residential homes. And of those, only 383, or 3.2%, are advertised for sale by auction. Now, that makes total sense to me. Why there's anybody trying to sell at auction at the moment beats me, to be honest. You're not giving the buying public any information, maybe a price indication, but who knows where it's going to go, or where it's going to start even, and who's going to turn up. Much easier to put the price out there, give all the information you can about the property, and then if people like what they see and they want to buy, or they want to play, then they can, and they know exactly if they're in the ballpark or not. It's simply a case of supply and demand. The more people you draw, the more competition you have. Anyway, without any further ado, one thing I will say is in the 17 properties, one of them is Titirangi. Now, in Titirangi, I include Parao, Langholm, Huia, Piha, Karikari. So that's quite a broad one for Titirangi. And if I don't individualise the suburb that you're interested in, please give me a call, and I'm happy to give you the details for that suburb specifically. Not a problem at all. Okay, let's launch into the numbers. So I start in alphabetical order. Avondale, this November, median sales price $897,500, down from $1,112,500. So there's a couple of $100,000 down there. It may be that simply of the 22 that sold the month before, there may have been higher value. Obviously they're higher value, but they may have been not townhouses, not sort of 2-bedroom $600,000, $700,000 properties. Blockhouse Bay, again, another one that's down from in October, $1,310,000 to $1,100,000 even. That's 9 properties sold, same as the month before. Glendine is down from $1,120,000 in October to $905,000, so down $200,000, significant in Glendine. And on half the sales, 5 units sold in Glendine as opposed to 9 in October. Glen Eden, there was 32 units sold in Glen Eden in November, and they were down by about 50,000. 849,500 was the median in November, 895,000 in October. To Henderson, 33 units sold, down again, 829,000 even, down from 900,500 in October. Hillsborough, 7 units sold, again down, 1,236,000 in November, 1,514,000 in October. Linfield, 3 units sold, 1,150,000, and down from October, which was 1,386,500. Bear in mind, some of these if they've only had 2 or 3 units sold, then sorry about that. If they've only had 2 or 3 units sold, then that can affect the median sales price. So, done that one. Massey, 917,500 in October, 887,000, so down 30,000 there in November. Now, Mount Albert, Mount Roskill, I put these in just so we can keep an eye on what's happening closer to the city. Mount Albert hasn't changed much. November, 1.650 million. October, 1.630 million, so down, up 20,000 on 19 units sold in Mount Albert. Mount Roskill, 16 units sold, down from 1,065,000 in October to 935 in November. Right, back out west, Newlyn, 32 units sold, a lot of rentals obviously, or townhouses, sorry. Yeah, Newland, 32 units sold, down 40,000 from 892,000 to 852,500. New Windsor, 6 units sold, up slightly from 950,500 to 964. Te Aretu Peninsula, 26 units sold, a lot of building out that way, down from 1,174,000 to 950,000. So that's down a couple of 100,000, 220. That's significant. Te Aretu South, again down from 1,090,000 to 860,000 in November on 23 units. Titirangi, as I said, covers those other areas: Langholm, Parau, Huia, Piha, Karikari, Anawhara. 20 units sold in that area, in that total. Pretty much the same, 1,082,500 in October, 1,055,000 in November. And the last one, Sunnyvale, 6 units sold, down 10% from 990,000 to 912,500. So those are the changes: 15 down, 2 slightly up, and a couple down quite significantly. So that's the latest median sales prices for West Auckland for the year for November. That's the last one from me. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the people that I've dealt with over the year, sellers, buyers, just anyone, general inquiries, just people I've chatted to about real estate in general. I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate all you've helped me with as well. And if you have any questions, like I say, we're open over the holiday break, with the exception of statutory holidays. But if you would like to come in and have a chat, or you've got questions at all, please come and have a chat or give me a call. I'm on 027 363 4122 or mark@glovers.nz. Love to talk to you, but all the best for the holiday period to everybody out there. Love your families, look after them, enjoy yourselves, have a funny, sunny holiday. Don't drink and drive, people, and come back safe in 2023. I'd like to see you back here next year. All the best. Bye-bye. Thank you.